Good morning, and how are you on this wonderful Monday morning, February 26, 2024? Welcome to the Tessa-Marie show. It's the morning blessing. Good morning, Stacy. How are you feeling today? Rushing. Didn't get a chance to say good morning to you earlier. Good morning, Lean. How are you feeling today? Good morning, Gavi. How are you guys feeling today? Good. It's an amazing morning. It couldn't be anything but that. Good morning, Lisa. How are you guys feeling today? Today is a special day. You know why? Because you are in it. You are actually aware you're in the day. So that makes the day special. And that's why you have to always say to yourself, good morning, everybody. How are you feeling today? Once you do that, guess what? You're also saying good morning to you. And that's why it's important. So let's get this show on the water today. Yesterday, on the Sunday Self-Care Show, it was a blast. You and I did our Sunday Self-Care. And we had a lot of people. And one of the things we always say to you when you come is, hi, Nancy, good morning. Grab your coffee, take a seat. And it was an amazing, hello, my dear Christy. How are you this morning? It is a wonderful morning. How are you feeling today? Yes. And we talked about financial self-care. That was yesterday. And we had to, right at the beginning, say, listen, don't duck because you use financial self-care. Let us tell you how your finances can make you feel good. And if you feel good, you're getting self-care. So it was quite a nice thing. So those of you who weren't there and those of you who came late didn't hear my story. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about what happened on Friday around 3:30. It was cold and I was alone and I decided, I felt, you know what, I would love a coffee. And it's not usual for me to have a coffee at all in the afternoon. I have one regular and then I'll have a collagen with coconut cream coffee after that, just before I come. I haven't done it for today. And so anyway, I was there and I felt for a coffee. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to have a nice creamy one. Make it creamy and sweet or something like that. So I marched into the kitchen, opened the cabinets, and I remember just standing there. Cabinet doors open. And my mind is going, so which cup are we going to use for this coffee? And I'm scanning the cup, looking for the cup, a special cup. Finally, I landed on one. That's why you must have seen me 6 or 7 inches tall. I made the coffee. And then all of a sudden, I said, holy shit. Just like that. Your biggest decision for today was choosing a cup. What cup to make the coffee? Good morning, Marina. And it was funny for me because I'm thinking, what did you do? You know, you have nothing that saves you except choosing a cup to put the coffee. And then I said, wow. That is just to tell you my life is calm. For me, to myself, peaceful. And, just centered. Because it was so important or not important or so big. It is my biggest decision. So, based on that, this morning, I'm going to ask you this. And that is, you notice the topic. Do you know yourself? Getting to know yourself. So, do you know, for example, what is the one thing you love about yourself? Or are you brave enough to have this one thing that you love about yourself and to actually say it? Because that is something that brings you into the moment. So my experience was drawing me into the moment. So you're standing here giggling like a fool because your most important decision, good morning, Jean, how are you feeling today? And Marina and all of you wonderful people, was making a decision to choose a cup. It's very important to me. Cups are very important to me. And mugs are very important to me. I will not use the same mug in the same day twice. It's just something I don't do. But that is important. So that is something they know about me. My husband loved doing dishes. Why, I have no idea. And he would say, one morning he stopped me around 12 or 11:30 and he said, I need to ask you a question. And I go, what? He goes, why it's only like 11 in the morning? Why have you used like 6 or 7 mugs already? And I'm going, Oh, okay. So, of course, me, I just walk away. Then the man goes, takes his hat and walks through the forest and goes his way. And one day, it suddenly dawned on me, holy shit, he was right. Because I had to do the cups, the mugs that time. And that I realized I don't. I'm telling my neighbor, and she goes to me, oh, no, no, no. We use one cup all week. We just rinse it every day. And I go, not to sell. Don't drink coffee at that house. So anyway, it's just funny. But that's why I ask you, what is the one thing you like about yourself? What is the one thing? And it's a personal thing. And if you have to do that. My mug says one love with sunset colors and Jamaican under the, oh yeah, well, you were just there having your honeymoon, of course. And my smile and my loving and peaceful spirit is what I love about myself. That's what, and you do have, Christy, you do have that. I love that I can spend all day doing my own things. Okay? I get that. So you love the idea that you can spend all day doing what you desire. And that's good to know. And Christy loves her face, her smile, her presence, and how she feels about herself. So it's important. I know some of you will not put it out. I'm not asking you to write it out. What I'm asking you to do is to be aware of what you love about yourself. We always are very quick to say what we don't like about ourselves because we weren't taught to appreciate ourselves. I saw a photo of Nancy. She said she on the beach in Florida, and I sent her a note, and I said her photo so looks like her in a word because I had never seen her before. And what it is you like about yourself, people will tell you what they like about you, and you will say what you despise about yourself. Because you see, we were never taught to be bold enough, to be strong enough to realize we are worthy to talk about ourselves and what we think is amazing about ourselves. The minute you step into this space to do that, everybody's going to say to you, you are vain, you're proud, or who do you think you are? You're too much, you're this, you're that. So what do most people do? They hide who they are. And we never get to know them because they're so busy staying back and not saying, who are you? Are you a person are you curious? Or you can say, I'm curious, I'm inquisitive. I love to see, I love to meet people. What it is that you love to do. I love taking care of me, could be that. But you think that one? Hi, Kia, good morning. That one? Everybody shies away from that one. I love taking care of me. I love doing this for me. The minute me comes into the picture, everybody shies away from it. They're feeling it inside of them. They feel it. They love what they love about themselves. But they dare not be bold enough to stand up and say what they truly love about themselves. My list is long, but we'll share that I am kind to myself even in dark days because I know it will get better. Good morning, Yuko. How are you feeling today? Yes. So that is important. I care for myself even when the world is telling me, hey, all of this is wrong. All what you do, you're not worthy. Even if the world, because sometimes you meet a challenge, an obstacle, and you have to say, you know what? I love the way I'm dealing with this person. I love the way how I'm handling this person. And we have to be bold enough. If we want to feel peace, calm, love, that you want to feel like, not that you're invincible, but you want to feel that you're cherished. Then you have to make sure that you say to yourself the things that may uplift you because it starts with you. On my YouTube channel, when I talk about love, I talk about you're crazy looking for somebody to love you, but you don't love yourself enough to take some actions to do the things you love for you. And then you're waiting for somebody to come in from somewhere who don't know you to decide to tell you who you are and who you should love and and everything else. But the real person is thirsty. The person that wants to spill out and be luscious and amazing and vivacious and energized and everything is starving inside of us, because we are so caught up in making sure that we are not disturbing the world. And listen to me, our tiny footsteps is not going to disturb the world. It's not going to rock your street if you decide to feel good about yourself. If you decide to stand up on your front lawn or wherever and look at what you love your home, then look at it. We know for sure. We already know that. The people we favor and we do for them and we love them and we cherish them, many of them get closer to us and love us and cherish us and respect us. So we know that it works. So then why don't we do it to ourselves? Because the minute you start saying, I love this about me, that makes you believe. Like somebody came to visit me and they put their coats on the back of the dining room chairs. And she said, can I have it here? I said, no, I don't like it there. It has to go into the cupboard. And she said, wow. I said, no, it just looks out of place. I don't like it there. And I told her, because if you cannot do that, you do not like something and you're not able to say, I don't like it there, let's hang it in the cupboard where it belongs. That is where it goes. Because then somebody passes by, it falls down or something, somebody's going to sit there, then they have to take it off, find another, all of that. So what do you like about you? I like that I am frank, that I will not insult you, but I will tell you when something displeases me. I will not tell you cannot do it to another person. I'll just say, I would prefer if you do not talk to me like this, or you not do this to me. So, and I wouldn't do it to you, and I will not step on your toe unless you put it there and you did something like that. And I'll say, you did it once, you did it twice. One of the traits, I'm a Taurian, of a person born in May, the Taurus sign, April, May, is that we are like a super sponge. Life goes on with us, with others, for years and years and years. And we take it and we soak it up and we soak it up. And because we do it so often, they come back and do it again and they keep doing it. But then, then all of a sudden, that day, they mightn't have said one thing to us. They mightn't even have touched us. They might have just blew by. Their wind, their fragrance, something about them got us at that point, and boy, do we let them have it. Because you see, the sponge is full. It's not going to absorb any water. Good morning, Loretta. How are you feeling today? So the sponge is so full, it won't absorb. So that's what I mean. Learn your traits. Learn what you will tolerate and what you will not. I love that I'm a unique and there is no one like me in this world. Yes, and I love that too. And love being me on I Must Go. So see you later. And Christy. Juliana said something. She doesn't like the coats hanging on the back of the chairs either. I get it. So I have told many people that, listen to me, I know all of my faults. Every single one of them. But I am not going to admit them to you. It's not important for you to know what they are. And that is something you have to know. You have to know who you are and love it, because unless you take steps to change it, you cannot change it. So always get to know who you are. Now, the other thing we are awful afraid or ashamed of saying is, what do we love to do? We always, and I notice my friends, or you ladies that are always here, a lot of us love a nice glass of wine whenever. And when we did the girls' show, we would come on with wine, and we just did it. And I like that. I love wine. That doesn't mean the person, you judge them. Somebody now will say that, but somebody else will say, what are you, a wino, or this or that? But just because you said that. All of a sudden, what you love to do, somebody is telling you it's not right for you to do that. I have a lot to do because I'm very busy. So I love showering. But there's nothing that satisfies me more than a bath. And I am saying I love baths. And I make sure at least once a week I am in the bath. And somebody said, when I said that, She said, I don't know how you could sit in that water. And I'm thinking, I said, if I cannot sit in my water, should I come and sit in yours? So, you know what I mean? Something I love. So what it is do you love? And why are you afraid to say, I love this? What do you love? You love your foot being rubbed? Fine, there's nobody to rub it, so go find somebody who will rub it for you. Go get what you call it, is it reflexology or is it Reiki? You know reflexology. Go get somebody to massage it for you. Pay them. Close your eyes and be there. You love it. I love massages. And people will tell me, you and your massages, like it's me and something foreign. But I love it. I make allowance to have 2 a month. I get the benefits and I pay 5%, but I insist on having them. So what it is do you love? Do you love to sit and just read? Do you love to eat and enjoy what you're eating? When you know what you love, you can make better decisions. When you know the things you love about yourself, you also are able to choose to make better decisions that enhances you. When you know the things that you love, you go out of your way to enjoy it. I can go on the GO train for 25 minutes one way, 25 minutes the other way, to get a decadent chocolate in a little box all the way downtown and take it back home and sit and have it again. I like the most decadent and most amazing chocolate cake. I will not eat. You know when you go to the supermarket and they have a cake and if you blow on it, the fluffing, whatever, the icing flies like feathers or like clouds? Don't give it to me. I wouldn't eat it. Even if it's there and you serve it, I'll just smile. I am not telling you not to do it. But I love decadent cakes. And if I'm going to serve you, that's what I'm going to serve you. Because that's what I love. I will not give you what it is I wouldn't serve myself. If it's a bottle of wine and I like the $400 bottle of wine and I feel for it, I would go get it. But what you have to remember is what it is you love. Do the things you love. If you're looking to really find who you are, make sure that you can just do the things you love. You have to maybe do it in spite of all the people around you that are telling you what you're doing is not a good idea. I had Yuko laughing one day because she called me and said, well, I said, I'm having wine with lunch. And she goes, it's 12 o'clock. I said, it's 5 o'clock in France. I fell for wine with my lunch as I'm having it. And she said, oh my goodness. I said, yeah, oh my goodness. But what we have to remember is that you have to do the things you love because that is what makes you feel complete. You don't really love cleaning the house, but you will not pay somebody to come and do it at least once a month. Do it so you feel good. My mother said to me, that is one of the most boring jobs in the world for her. And she said to me, if you have house cleaning, she said, that is boring. Go find a job to pay somebody who likes to do it for you. That's the advice she gave me. And then she said, like it wasn't boring enough, they invented a vacuum cleaner. So now you're not only cleaning, but you have a noise that is preventing you from thinking. So I don't like doing it, but I know how it should be done. I will do it when the lady who comes to help me is not there. And then, but if she comes, fine, knock yourself out. I'm out of there. Because that is it. I love it. I love the freedom she's inside, I'm in the garden. I love the freedom she's there, I'm at the store. I love the freedom she's there and I'm not there. What do you love to do? Do it. If you're a person who loves house cleaning, then do it. Knock yourself out. Because there is nothing as beautiful as a nicely clean, arranged home that you like. And that's what I am asking you guys to make sure you understand. I love to dance and be silly. Then that's what you do. I love wine. I can proudly say that. I love paper napkins and candles. I love walking. Look at all these things. I never judge someone. I don't care what people do. You love cleaning. Tessa, you should try La Bastille Boulage. pasty, French pastry chef. Super yum. Where is it? In Toronto. Tell me. I'll be there in like white on rice. It's in Scarborough, in my neck of the wood. You must tell me where. Anyway, what I'm doing is this. If you love, I love to cook. I love to cook. I love to sew because it all ends up being for me, maybe. That doesn't mean I will not do something for you. Thank you. I love going to the park with Braylon. Yes. I was talking about Braylon, I love having these conversations with Kylie because she's at Mayborn, so she never stops. She says to me, I love your brooch. It has pink. And that's her favorite color. And she said, can I have it? And her mom said, I don't think so. So she knows she cannot have it. But I have taught her to see things and to appreciate it. You know how she learned it? Because I said, oh, Kylie, I love your high ponytail today. Do you love it? And I would say, sure, look in the mirror. So you have to do the things that you love. Interact with others. Share with others. If that's what you love. There is always going to somebody who's going to tell you, I do not like what you're doing. I do not like who you are. I do not like. And you have to realize, okay, but I am unique. Like what Marina just said, I am a unique individual, special, right? So that type of person knows that they are unique. And you cannot be part of a herd. You do not have the same stripe. And if you cannot have that, oh, you talk too much, you do this. You know what? That doesn't bother me when somebody tells me that. Because it's the truth. For me, I do talk a lot. But I do listen to you. I hear you more than you think. I hear your words. But the most important thing I listen for is the inflection in your voice. Because that tells me where you are on that subject. And that's what is important. I know me and I know all of my faults. And I know what I love to do. Now, I have a third one. This is where we have to remember every day there is a lesson for us. What is your version of the vision you have about yourself? You heard what I said? What is your version of the vision you have about yourself? Why do I say your version of your vision about yourself? Because we live in a world and we interact with others. Everybody has a version of a vision for us. It started since we were little. We had parents and people that told us what we should be and who we will be. And I told you guys about the experience I have with this grandmother with a little grandson that was independent and wanted to walk across the street with her, but not holding her hand. And instead of correcting him and giving him a reason why I need to hold your hand, she told him he wouldn't amount to anything. You're too this and you're too that. Okay, fine. So that is her version of the vision of his life. Although he was maybe 5. But he had a different version. And he had a different vision. He thought at that ripe old age of 4 or 5, that he should be able to walk next to her without holding on to her hands. So you see, the vision and the versions did not match. And that is there. All through our lives, there's always someone telling us that they have a version of our life that does not match ours. It never will match it. And if you are guilty of doing that to others, you need to stop and realize everybody has their own journey to go on. And our job is not to tell them how they should go on that journey and when their journey will end and how it will end and what will happen to them. Every time we do that, we are speaking our own destiny. When you say horrible things to another human being, it doesn't matter what you do, tell it to them to their face, they will get hurt. They might not like you after that, but the person that will live that life will be you, not them. They cannot, because they did not plan it. So you are not cursing them, you are cursing yourself. And that is why it's important to bless everything and everyone in your life. And the blessing doesn't have to be standing on a podium and pontificating with your hands going up and down that you're blessing them in this way. Your blessing can be, I'm so happy and grateful I have you in my life. That person might be the person that just is always pushing you to think, and you have to say, you know what? I really love that you stimulate me. You make me think. So, you see, you are giving that person a compliment. They might just be telling you, what you're saying is great. I like it. Why don't you do this? I like that because you're pushing me to think. But you still have to have your vision clear, what it is, because they will say to you, you shouldn't wear this. You shouldn't say that. You shouldn't walk that way. You should not do this. And it is in number 2. You're doing what you love. And there comes another human being with a different version of your life. How much of that do you take? I did not say to clean it out completely. The lady could have said to him, you know, the reason why I'm holding your hand is to teach you to walk and hold my hand. So when I get older and you have to walk me around this across the street, you will be able to decide to hold my hand and to guide me across the street, make sure I don't trip and all those things. I'm just teaching you how to do it so you can help others. When you see somebody who needs help, you too will hold their hand. But no, she was angry and angry. I told you the story where it ended with me and her. But what I'm attempting to put through you is that it's nice that they have a vision. But you have to cut their vision down by telling them, great, I know you're very good, like I told my friend, I know you're a very good nurse, and I will never tell you how to give somebody an injection. But one thing I know for sure, I know what to do with $1 much better than you. And the reason why I said that is because when I told Patrick, hey, it's time to go buy a house, you have money saved, and I've been planning with Patrick for a couple years. And I said, you better buy your house now. And his mother is so happy, saying, you know, Patrick is buying a house. And this lady said, when we were all together, why is Patrick buying a house? Tessa told him to buy a house. That's what his mother said, just so she said it. So because she did, he's doing it. And I was there. I said, yeah, because I'm his planner. I know when it's the right time for him to do that. That's my job. And that is a dream, goal, and desire of his. And I said, while we're at it, I will never tell you how to put a needle in somebody's rear. And I know for sure, I know what to do with $1, and you don't. And she was bold enough and strong enough to say, you're right, it's true. So her version was, for Patrick, was not get your house now. Why would he do it now? But you are not on the journey of planning his financial life and his dream goals and desires with him. Yes, he's 25, but the amount of money he's making, he should be investing it for his future. Fast forward 12, 13 years, he will pay off that house in another 3 years, and he will not be 40 yet. So that is what people have to understand. You might have a version of that person's life, but they have a vision and a vision that is different, and you need to be in there with them for you to help them make a decision based on their vision, not yours. We have to learn to do this, because when we are so involved, or when people are so involved in our life, they are straddling the lane. They are grieving. And in the race called life, you have to find your lane and stay in your lane. Your lane is, what is the thing you like the most about you? Your lane is, what it is do you love to do? Your lane is to know for sure your version of the vision of your life, and you work towards it. That is what it is all about. It's no, hi, good morning, Amma. How are you? How are you feeling today? So getting to know yourself, getting to know all about you, requires you paying attention to what it is. What is the thing you find that you love about yourself? And be bold enough to say you love this about yourself. Then what it is do you love to do? And doing it and enjoying it and laughing at it and realizing somebody else, number 3, We'll always have a vision of who you are and what you should do. And that is not something that you take on. When you take on number 3, because somebody has a vision of the vision of you and they haven't heard what your dream, goal, and desire is for yourself, and you do that and you follow that, you always end up failing, because sometimes they didn't draw it out. They just said you should be doing that. No. And that is giving the key to your life to another human being to control. And that is why sometimes 20 years later, you're sitting on the stoop and you're thinking, what did I do? I didn't choose that. I fell into it. So that is why it's important that we know our vision of the vision of our life. It's important for us to know what it is we love about ourselves. We have to know that and not be afraid or ashamed to say that. Because we are never afraid or ashamed to say what we don't like. We let the world know what we don't like about ourselves. Right? And when we love doing something, we do it in the dark. So people are not criticizing it. But we should be bold enough getting to know, I love this. Like you could say, I love a glass of wine. And I'm proud to say that. That's right. She chooses to go and buy it, and I do too. As I said, the more decadent the cake, the more decadent the chocolate, I am in it. I can eat it and eat it and eat it. It doesn't matter. And then I will go for a run. I'm not getting rid of it. And then I know what the version of my life that I like and the one I chose. And I always say, I leave it. I purposely go out to set it. I told you guys, when I had to go to work, and I'd wake up in the morning and face that, open that, pull the drapes, blinds, window, and look out there and see the snow on the ground and the sun has left. And I have to get ready and drive to work. I would always have a dream in my head that there's a day will come when I will stand at that very same window, have a scene similar to this one, fold my arms across my chest, turn away, and go have a cup of coffee and put a fire on. And you want to bet it, from the day I retired, I make sure that I do this. Every time there's a snowfall, I do this. And the other one was spring. I'll be walking from the side door into the garage. And if I look over my left shoulder, I will see a beautiful garden. And I'll say, there's going to be one day I'm just going to be able to look at this garden and sit in it all day. So many times it's 90 degrees outside and I'm sitting in the garden and neighbors or whoever will say, what are you doing in this heat? And my answer is always, I'm pretending it's February. Because that is what you have to do. Do the things you like, regardless of the people that are telling you you shouldn't do it, it's not good enough. Get to know yourself, love what you do, and have a clear vision of the vision of your life. Have a great and fabulous day. Amazing human beings, how are you guys doing today? I love my kind heart. It's my greatest asset. Of course, somebody else had that. Somebody else said that they love, it was Christy, I think, that she said she loved herself and all the things she described. I didn't know you like wine. I love that about you. Oh, you don't? Oh, we won't tell you about that. And the two of us went to the liquor store and you don't know. You have no idea how that went. Anyway, thank you, wonderful people. It has been an honor and a privilege. Lee, Kia, Nancy, Stacy, Amma, Yuko, Lisa, Nagavi, Lynn, and Loretta. Thank you, wonderful, amazing human beings. It has been a fabulous morning, and I really appreciate you guys coming here and dance with me today. The temperature is not cold today. It's 32 degrees for those of you who are in Fahrenheit. So, and maybe it has a wind, but it's one of those beautiful days. And the moon was up this morning. It was up for a long time. So it didn't want to go to sleep. So one thing I want you guys to try to do attempt or do, even if it's just for a minute. Have you ever woken up in the morning, get dressed to go outside, or put a robe on and step outside when you wake up? If you're an early riser, and look up. Because you'll always see something unique in the sky. It might even be a cloud formation. And that is why we have to be in awe of our environment. There's always something in our environment to be in awe of. Not in a bad way, in a fabulous way. Have a great day. See you guys tomorrow morning. Take care. Love you. Bye-bye.